Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow.
I talk about consciousness a lot. You know, you ever see a child 5 years and under, 6 years and under in a supermarket? That child wants something, mom says no, that child's going to do a temper tantrum, start screaming and yelling at the top of their lungs because they don't care. They want something and they don't care if anybody else is hearing them scream and ruining their time and agitating them. And that happens. Then you have the old person. You hear about the angry old man or the Karen that's sharing all their negativity. They let go something. They don't have it. But those ages in between, we end up becoming conforming, and we have to be a certain way because our community says we have to be a certain way. And we create these layers and layers and layers. So how do we let go? And that's the hard part. How do we unlearn?
Are you asking me that one?
Yeah.
I have an answer for that.
I would love to hear your.
Okay. If you're talking about the young child that is throwing a tantrum, the frustration is shown as a need that's being unmet.
Sure.
This child has a need of some sort.
Sure.
Could be expressing it through needing a toy or so on, but realistically, it's most likely I need my mother's love or something along that lines, and I'm not getting it, so I'm going to protest, and that's how it's expressed, right, in that protest. So the intention is I would like my mother's love, and the impact is I'm throwing a tantrum, and I'm going to get excluded, and I'm going to cause the problem that is causing me to not feel that, right? When that child now cannot express themselves and they're shamed or gaslighted or so on to hold it in, like just shut up or so on, right? That's stuck, and that's stuck in time.
Right.
So the belief then becomes extreme, and the emotion becomes extreme.
Sure.
And the emotion and belief is something's wrong with me. I'm defective. This is shame. My bad parts are being witnessed. And that part of us gets lodged inside. It's stuck in time, and it's 6 years old, and it's 6, and it stays 6. And every time that it's trying to express itself, it comes up in our system, and our system feels it the exact same way that we did at 6 years old. And then we want to shut it down in whatever possible we can because it's too painful, and the process never finishes. That Karen, or whatever you want to call it, on the other end, is getting lit up because this 6-year-old part is going live. And then the protective pieces around it is to project and spat, whatever it might be. That's what's going on. It's still the 6-year-old part. All the stuff in the middle is still trying to protect against the 6-year-old part. What happens here is once our protective system is cool with us to be able to go to the 6-year-old part and provide it what it actually needs, which is to be witnessed, to be seen, heard, validated, empathized with, retrieved at a point, right? Bring it into the present. It's like a soul retrieval, right? Updated on, hey, you're not in the past any longer. You're not unsafe any longer. And this is all okay. And once this part right here feels like it's got everything off its chest, you got it. And it can release that burden, that feeling of shame, because it's not shame. It holds shame. It's not the burden. It holds the burden. Then when that gets released, that part now springs back into its fun-loving self, and there's no protection needed any longer. That's what happens a lot of times in the psychedelic journeys, or in deep meditations, or in the proper types of therapy, is that we can release that because it can be witnessed from an adult perspective,
Sure.
as opposed to a child
Sure.
perspective.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times stuff that's being held in is
Right.
just compiled on each other.
Right.
And let's say like in your situation, if you really went through it a bit, there's probably, this is my hunch, is that there's a bunch more that leads back, and it's all in one big bucket, so it becomes really heavy, right? When you get to the root, the earliest one, and that goes, then it's like the toilet just got unclogged.
Exactly.
And the drain got unclogged. It's
Exactly.
all gone.
Right.
And then now everything is only what it is at that time, and not everything, the 8,500 things that happened prior.
I love that.
Yeah.
That was because I was just trying to point out that a child under 6 years old doesn't care about their surroundings. But you take a 8-year-old, that 8-year-old is not going to probably cry in there because now that 8-year-old has consciousness, is aware of everything around them, and they're going to try to get whatever they want from their mother in a different way other than crying and disturbing
the
them.
strategies will change.
Correct.
But the need will be the same.
A need will be always the same. Yes.
The need will be the same.
Yes.
But the strategy
Yes.
may change,
Right.
may not. Yeah.
But just like you said, think about all the issues that come up as a child or going into prepubescent and into adulthood. There's so many layers and upon layers and upon layers. You don't know what came first, the chicken or the egg. And
Until
then
you get to the original one.
yeah, until you get to the original one. Yeah.
Your system will tell you what it is.
Yeah. And again, finding tools. Therapy is a tool. Use it. There's great things in therapy. There even could be good things in medication too. I'm not saying that, I'm not a proponent to that. I'm just saying there could be, just keep trying, just to keep out there. And I talk about that person that's motivated. Can't do anything for someone that's not motivated. You know, if you're motivated to say, I need to find the source, I need to find what's out there, you'll find it.
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.